Really, really good night. Great last 3 days. I mean, the kids have come out and they've worked very, very hard this week. That was as close to a game as I've ever had in practice before a game. We did a lot of situational stuff. We had an officiating crew there under the lights in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, and the electricity on the field it felt like game day. And the kids, I mean, that was awesome. And we created situations, or they created situations that you can't replicate in practice. Real game situations, late game stuff. This happens because of this. Here's what we got to do here. It was good for us. I mean, now all of a sudden with the 2-minute warning and, late game and your management of timeouts, it changes things. So it made us think of new things with that, and just great practice. Really excited about the way they approached it. Now everything is turned towards building towards Saturday. I want to have a really sharp scrimmage Saturday, and then start getting ready for Norfolk State.
How did the quarterback specifically handle these situations, because it is a lot of their shoulders?
It is. I mean, it's decision making. I mean, I think you had some great management of the clock. We had a 3:30. We've got the lead. We're trying to run the clock out, and I thought we had great management of the offense right there. We were able to drain it out and not give it back. And then, the next time we went, the defense forced a punt, and all of a sudden we're in 2-minute mode. So I think there's a few learning things, but I think both quarterbacks had good nights tonight.
Did you guys use the kill switch in the play clock again?
Yeah.
And if so, did they
Yep.
seem to do better with that the second time?
Yeah, and it was more intense tonight. It was different than last Saturday. It was because there was stuff on the line, because you had a score on the scoreboard. And you could just tell the intensity and the pressure was much greater tonight. And we had some mistakes. We had to delay a game, and we had a couple of false starts. But that I'd rather have it happen in practice, because you just cannot replicate it. The officials, they were great. That's the stuff that you want. August 31st, I want to play the cleanest. Just execute at a high level. I mean, we really want to play well August 31st, and so I'm glad we got this situation to iron some stuff out and learn from.
Is this abnormal for you doing like a night preseason practice?
Yeah. Well, 3 of our first 4 games are at night, and we started talking that, our receivers, our kick returners, because we're morning practices, during preseason camp, and then next week school starts, usually you would have some night practices in season, because we were an afternoon practice team. We're switching to a morning practice team. So, we just, hey, if we're not careful, the first time we're going to be under the lights is the home opener. And so we wanted to get 2. Last week we had the weather, so we couldn't get that one at night, but, we had great weather tonight. It was perfect. And so we got a great work under the lights, catching punts under the lights, catching kicks under the lights, operating at night. It was really good.
Can you tell a big difference just from this Thursday compared to last Thursday going into that first scrimmage?
No doubt. I mean, I can tell a huge difference between Saturday and today, with everything. We're executing at a higher level, both sides of the ball. The competition tonight was at a much higher intensity level than it was Saturday. It was what you want. And that's a credit to the players. We talked about, we were all disappointed in how we executed on Saturday. And we've been very deliberate with the way we've approached each day this week. And the players, I mean, they're all in on it. And that was just, they did a great job tonight.
Maybe reading too much into it, but how does it help both quarterbacks kind of visualize that 2-minute drill under the lights where it's going to be kind of like?
Well, I mean, usually when we do 2-minute drill in practice, it's in helmets, your tag, you're not letting them get near the quarterback. I mean, it was a live 2-minute drill, and you don't have that unless it's game day. And so all of a sudden, the quarterbacks had to sit in there, and you've got pressure coming from everywhere, and there's guys all around the pocket. And I thought they managed it really, really well. We had very few sacks in that situation. The quarterbacks did a good job stepping up in the pocket. They did a good job running. Each of them had big first downs with their legs. So I thought it's something that you just can't create in practice. It was perfect for them.
Kind of said, earlier this week, these days would be critical in deciding the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Is that kind of, y'all talk the next few days about how to handle it going into the weekend?
Yeah. I'll be honest. Whoever you name as the starter for Norfolk State, the other player has justification that they should be the starter right now. I mean, they've both played very well. They've both played well enough to be the guy, and that's making this a very difficult decision. And we're thankful we have both of them. It reminds me of the story I heard about the 2012 situation with Rio Johnson and Shane Carden. Shane was not named the starter, but then, 3 weeks later, he's the starter, and went on to have a great year. And I just think both of them are playing at a very high level.
Will you guys try to go Saturday night as well for the scrimmage, or what's kind of the plan there early on?
The plan right now is to go in the morning. That's the plan right now.
Last week you were asked, what do you look for in scrimmage 1? What are you looking for in scrimmage 2?
A continuation of tonight. I just thought that was highly competitive because both sides played very well. Both sides made big plays. The defense, they made some big plays tonight. The offense, really yesterday at the end of practice and then tonight at the end of practice, the offense did a great job of moving the ball down the field, getting in the end zone, making some big plays. I really liked the way we operated. I want to see us do that on Saturday. The advantage of going during the day instead of night on Saturday, it was very cool out there tonight. It was perfect weather. I mean, it was really ideal. We probably need a little bit of heat, in that situation too, because that jumped on us so bad last Saturday.
Siobhan, obviously pretty established corner, but Anthony Smith giving him some run for his money.
Yeah.
So what's that competition like between those?
It's good. I mean, I thought Siobhan had a really nice practice tonight, but Anthony has had a great camp. He's made plays. And the thing that I like about Anthony's camp is, we all saw the big playability in the spring. And he's had those during this fall camp also. But he's doing a really nice job on the underneath and intermediate routes. He had a big one tonight, in a third down, and made a catch on the spot route, got north, got the first down, did a good job breaking a tackle. He's just playing at a very consistent level right now.
What goes into the decision from a science standpoint of trying to be a more morning practice team as you get into the season?
Well, the thought is, especially tail end of the week, your last padded practice is Wednesday morning. So it gives you more distance from the padded practice to, game day. And then, the plan is to do a light deal on Thursday and more of an up-tempo deal on Friday, which that's kind of the track, thought right there, where they rest 2 days out, and then the day before a big race or big meet, they really get the heart rate up and get the blood flowing. But the big thing is just giving us a lot of distance between the heavy workload on Tuesday and Wednesday and game day. Coach Big John and I started talking about this towards the end of the season last year, just because we felt like we were having a hard time being fresh on game day. And just talking to people all across the country, the ones that have done this, they really like it. I've never done it in season before, but Coach Baker had that experience at Ole Miss, and he's a big fan of it also. So it's an adjustment in philosophy. I've talked to the kids a lot about it, and if it helps us be fresher on game day, then I'm all for it.
Anything else for Coach? Appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks a lot.